How many layers is wearing?
Pretty much every problem they have is about to go.
How's that, you can tell it?
Probably, you probably just blouse.
It's a pretty sick picture right there with that fire.
And then I guess my.
Hey, Jeff,
We'll,
is this being recorded?
we'll record part.
It will be recorded.
Yes,
Oh,
okay,
it will be.
wonderful, thank you.
It's both being live streamed and recorded right now.
Okay, thank you.
God, that's an old picture. Holy crap.
Mayberry.
Mayberry, yeah. And, what's his name? Harris.
Yeah.
No.
No, it wasn't here.
Group, follow. Right, face. Post colors. Present arms.
Sunrise stars through the perilous skies, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bells bursting in air, it proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us past our stay, banner yet wave. The land of the free, and the home of
Order, arms. Left, face. Forward, march. Left.
Please be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, acquaintances, professors. My name is Captain Terry Simpson. I'm the professor of military science here at Eastern Oregon University. I'm going to apologize now. I recently got sick, so my voice sounds terrible. But I'm going to do the best job that I can for you this evening. Thank you for joining us to celebrate one of the most significant milestones in a young leader's journey, the commissioning of a cadet to a lieutenant in the United States Army. What does it mean to be a lieutenant? A second lieutenant is the embodiment of potential, a leader trusted with immense responsibility, yet just beginning their journey. To be a lieutenant is to carry forward a tradition of service, duty, and sacrifice. It means being the first line of leadership in our Army, responsible for leading a platoon, managing operations, and caring for your soldiers while they're under your command. The lieutenant is the link between strategic vision and boots on the ground decision. They must lead with integrity, think critically, and act decisively. In commissioning today's cadet, we welcome them into a legacy of leadership that's both timeless and ever evolving. The process of becoming a lieutenant is not simple. It's not an easy road. It begins with a commitment to join ROTC, a decision that requires balancing rigorous academic schedules physical training, and leadership development. Cadets complete years of coursework in military science, attend leadership labs, and participate in field training exercises. They also complete advanced camp while at Fort Knox, Kentucky, an intensive 35-day evaluation of their leadership, tactics, and resilience. In addition to military preparation, cadets must maintain academic standards, demonstrate moral character, and pass evaluations from their cadre and peers. Only then are they recommended for commissioning. Today we celebrate the achievement of one who has met every challenge and proven themselves ready. The rank of lieutenant has deep historical roots. The word lieutenant comes from the French words lieu and tenant, meaning placeholder. Originally, lieutenants acted in the absence of higher commands, trusted individuals who could represent their superiors and exercise command. In the U.S. Army, the rank of second lieutenant has existed since the nation's founding. George Washington's Continental Army relied on junior officers to lead troops, communicate orders, and uphold discipline. Today, the role has evolved with technology and global complexity, but the fundamentals remain unchanged. Second lieutenants are vital leaders in our military structure, responsible for people, resources, and mission execution. Here at the EOU ROTC program, we have a long history of developing officers. Eastern Oregon University's ROTC program has a proud legacy of training and commissioning the leaders in the United States Army since 1944. The Mountaineer Company has served as a cornerstone for leadership development in Oregon's eastern region. EOU ROTC started as a training pipeline and commissioning source for bomber pilots who were officers during World War II. As time went on, EOU ROTC evolved into the Officer Candidate Program, where they would commission officers into the Army for multiple different occupations. Then in the late 2000s, EOU ROTC transitioned into the program it is today. The history and lessons learned from our predecessors is still tangible today as you walk through our office and see our photos, such as the first-class photo of pilots commissioning standing on the grand staircase. About to be shipped off to war and carry out their duties on World War I, just like what Cadet Barnes is raising his hand to promise to do if needed and called upon this evening. Throughout the years, EOU ROTC has adapted to changes in the Army and in higher education while maintaining its core mission to produce officers of character who serve our nation with distinction. Our program blends academic education with military science, allowing cadets to grow intellectually, morally, physically, and intellectually. It is here that this year's graduate has been tested, mentored, and prepared to answer the call to serve. I've only had the pleasure of knowing Cadet Barnes for about a year, but in that short amount of time, I've had the pleasure to observe the type of leader he is. During this last year, I've watched Cadet Barnes become overwhelmed, face challenges, and perform his duties to the best of his ability. As I began my tenure as the assistant professor of military science here, during the program's orientation week, which is a week prior to the class's beginning, I made Cadet Barnes the cadet company commander. With his duty position, I bestowed upon him a responsibility to get the program on its feet for the year and conduct numerous recruiting and community connection events, all while planning, coordinating, and overseeing the training of his junior cadets. This was nothing short of a mountain of work, as Cadet Barnes prepared multiple operation orders, fragmentation orders, called community members to coordinate events, talked to high school students at recruiting events, mentored his junior cadets and peers, planned and executed an FDX while simultaneously planning a second FDX, just in case the primary one was infeasible. Made physical training plans and attended so many meetings his calendar practically broke. All while maintaining a 4.0 GPA, I might add, while taking 21 credits. I'm sure that if you asked him if he was enjoying college during that term, he may have started to cry. But it was in this challenge that I enjoyed witnessing the invaluable leader that Cadet Barnes is. Not once did he complain about his workload. Not once did he ask for extended timelines or for less work, even though I heavily encouraged him to do so. I watched as Barnes took on his plethora of tasks and began to chew through them one by one, leading EOU ROTC having a rocket ship of a start to the 2024-2025 academic year. Typically, after a cadet serves as a cadet company commander for a term, we try to move them into a position where they have less responsibility, a spot where they can take a break the following term. But that situation was different for Barnes. See, he had conducted himself in such a manner of achievement and leadership that the battalion leadership at Portland decided to make him the battalion executive officer. This not only doubled his workload that he already had, but also entrusted him with the success of not only our school, but 2 other schools as well. Cadet Barnes has done nothing but impress me throughout this year. I cannot wait to see what success lies ahead of him, especially since he's going to be one of my platoon leaders. It is with great pleasure that I stand here with you all today, prepared to welcome this young leader into the ranks of the United States Army, the Officer Corps, the Medical Service Corps, the Oregon Army National Guard, and 3rd Battalion, 116th Cavalry Regiment. At this time, we'll conduct the shoulder rank pinning. Cadet Barnes, please come up here. And Mom and Dad. Yep. Yes. At this time, Lieutenant Barnes will receive his gold bars, the insignia of a second lieutenant. Traditionally, these are pinned on by mentors, family members, or loved ones who have supported the cadet throughout their journey. The shoulder rank pinning is more than a symbolic gesture. It is a passing of responsibility, a moment where support transforms into leadership and potential becomes reality. All right, face. At this time, we're going to administer what's called the oath of office. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jeffery Charles Barnes,
Have been appointed as second lieutenant in the United States Army,
have been appointed as second lieutenant in the United States Army,
as indicated in the grade indicated above.
as indicated in the grade stated above.
Do solemnly swear or affirm
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
That I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
That I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office in which I am about to enter.
in the office of which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. At this time, we'll conduct what's called the first salute. Sorry, Gallagher. The first salute is a symbolic gesture from a NCO, a non-commissioned officer that has mentored the cadet throughout their career. It is a symbolism of the mentor in the NCO passing on his trust and displaying his continued support to the now freshly commissioned lieutenant. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the United States Army and Oregon Army National Guard's newest officer, Second Lieutenant Jeffery Barnes. As we close out today's ceremony, let's reflect on the gravity of this occasion. Commissioning is not just the end of your time in ROTC. It is the beginning of a long and rewarding career. It is the starting point for a life of leadership, challenge, and honor. To our newly commissioned Second Lieutenant, may you lead with integrity, serve with humility, and wear your rank with pride. Our soldiers are now in your hands. Everybody, please feel free to stay, congratulate, celebrate with Lieutenant Barnes. We're happy that you all came. Thank you for attending tonight's ceremony.
Let's have some cheesecake.